whoa, who's editing this video? Stop it right now, stop it right now. Alright, today, the video is not about her. She's been in the spotlight for so long, we gotta stop. Something new. Today, the Tundra. Restart the intro. 3, 2, 1, go!
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
Okay, good morning everyone. It's Saturday morning, about 8:30. And what I'm going to start the day off with today, we're taking she's right over there. I'll get back to her later on. Taking a little break off from working on the Tailorcraft to do this. We've got a float fly-in up at Petersen Park in McHenry, Illinois. Next weekend, September 30th, October 1st. So, what I want to do, this is a Tundra. Made by DuraFly. You get them through a Hobby King. Not a paid endorsement. I'm doing this because I like the plane, and if you guys want to get a really nice foam plane to fly, this is the one to get. Anyway, as you can see, I don't know if you can see, she's a dirty bird. I probably got, I don't know, 400 plus flights out of her, and this was the one that I decided to hit a tree with. I've only hit two trees with a plane in my life, and both of them were float planes. So that's the way things go when you're going around the edge of a pond and you're trying to set up for your approach. Sometimes it's very difficult to judge how far away the plane really is. So anyway, here's what I'm doing. This is going to be today. This is probably, I'm hoping it's only going to take me about an hour so I can get back to work on the other stuff. But what I ended up doing, I ended up getting another one. So this one's brand new in a box, different color. Instead of being green and silver, it's purple and gold. Let me try to get you in here a little bit closer, because I'll unbox it so you got a good idea of what we're working with. And then I will tell you what I did on the first one. There we go. I'll tell you what I did on the first one just over the year and a half that I've been flying it, just to improve what they already did with it, because it's a very nice flying plane. It's the first maiden flight I did with the green one was a rainy day with gusty winds, 15 to 20 miles an hour, and it was a beautiful maiden flight. It cut through the air real nice. I've flown that plane, and it's a Foamie, mind you, but I've flown that plane, the green one, in winds 20 plus miles an hour, and it flies great even in heavy winds. So anyway, let's get back to the plane. Here are the options. Here's the options that they do for the plane. You can get snow skis for it. I have yet to see those. So if they come out with them, they've been advertising this since day one, but I've never seen those here. So if I can get them for the wintertime, I'll get a set for the wintertime, and I'll throw it on the beater, because that's the one I don't care about. This right here. Okay, so anyway, so we got skis, floats. This was the main reason why I bought this plane, because it automatically comes with floats, so you don't have to purchase floats, and it comes with wheels. Now with the change they made, get the box out the way. The change they made was they made softer foam wheels. So instead of being the whatever kind of foam that they call that stuff, it's like a Lapor, but anyway, it's soft. It's a much softer, so it's a nicer tire, nicer wheel than the other one is. So those won't be going on the plane today. It's just going to be setting up for the floats. So what I'll do is I'll put together, I'll cover everything real quick, then I'll do a speedy up video with some music for those that like music, rock it. And then I'll make little breaks in to if I need to discuss anything. So let's get going. Alright, so let's get going. If I had a knife, that would have been better. Alright. That is a little better. Alright. So, just being careful when I cut everything apart. Last thing I want to do is cut into foam. I don't want to cut into foam. There's the instructions. Most likely not necessary. Floats. Purple, gold. So we got the floats. We get those out the way. See, and this is the thing. Sometimes, you know, because this one I got direct from China, so sometimes in shipping you get little dings in it. This is on the inside of the float, not on the outside. So, don't really care. When it comes to foam, some people are very particular that, you know, they paid money for something they are going to expect perfection from, but you got to remember, it's made of foam. So it's however it comes out of the mold, you know, how it's released from the mold, how it's cleaned up. That all has to do with where it's made. You know, if it's made over in China, it's going to look like something out of China. Alright, let's uncover the wings the rest of the way. And the wings are looking very nicely. There's a little thing with the little tape over here. I'll push it back down, make sure it's good to go. And these things, hopefully I won't have to readjust. On the first one, I had to readjust these, so I had to pop these out, readjust them, and glue them back in again. So hopefully I won't have to do that. Okay. Here's the elevator halves, and what they do is they slide in. It's got a little D. It's got a little D-shaped cup in there. So these will slide together, and then it uses screws to hold it in. So they go together great. Some people have made so that they've got they put flying wires on the back just for support. Didn't need it on mine, and I like I said, I beat the poop out of that green one. So and I'm going to set the controls up on this the same as that one, so you kind of overdrive everything. It makes for very, very short takeoffs and short landings. You can take off in about 6 to 8 inches with these things at full throttle, with full throw and everything. And then landing, not the same, but the rollout is usually, I don't know, 5 feet, 10 feet if you do a full flare on landing. Okay, here comes the fuse. Let's see what she looks like. Alright, fuselage is looking very nicely. We'll see how nicely this motor is. I don't know if it's the same motor they put in the first generation or the second generation, but this thing, when you even with floats on it, with a full battery pack, you got almost unlimited vertical on it. It's got great climb out on it. So, and I'll cover this. I'll cover the little. Just want to make sure I got it in frame. I'll cover everything on this, on what my suggestion is for screws. The first time we put this together for this fly-in, I'm going to use all the stock screws. It's once you start taking the screws out and putting the screws back in, my suggestion is to use, and I don't think I've got it on, servo hold down screws, where it's got the little shoulder on it. The shoulder fits perfect down inside there, and it's got a nice screw, and plus it's got the washer top on it, so it holds a lot better than the screws they send in the kit. So All right, time to get to work. All right, these servos are set up so that it's in the mid hole. I'm going to move both of those to the outside hole. That's going to give me maximum rudder and maximum elevator. Time to interrupt the music. I got an hour and a half to go on the battery. All right, here's what I want to show you. This is stuff that, and I don't care who the manufacturer is, this is stuff you got to look at all the time when you're doing a pre-inspection of anything. If it wasn't for the fact, and I'm hoping you're going to be able to see it, if it wasn't for the fact that I am moving the servo horns all the way up to the last, you wouldn't have noticed. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. There's one screw on this side. There's no screw on this side. It's just an empty hole. So this is what I call just poor inspection. So you know, it's the way things go. But this is why, in any case, this is part of your job when you buy an RC plane, helicopter, drone, whatever. You need to do a full inspection of everything. And if you're not 100% familiar, say it's the first plane that you're getting, find somebody that does have the experience that can sit down with you and go through everything, because it's stuff like this that can cause a crash on the first flight. So, all right, enough yammering. Back to work. Alright, here's kind of where we're at. You saw me get the servo set up. Strange thing, the elevator servo is just a nylon gear servo. The rudder servo is a metal gear servo. You know, it's whatever they decided to do. The metal gear servo was the one that was missing the screw, so who knows what happened there. Alright, I got the floats on. I'm going to go ahead and do the tail now, and then I'll spin it around and start putting the wings on there and getting all the rest of it set up. I mean, we're getting closer. What I had to do, you saw it in a quicker version of it. The screw back here on the, and all it is, it's a screw designed to set up as a hinge point on the rudder. Here's what they did. They stripped the plastic out inside. So even though it still pivots good, it doesn't jump back and forth. So what I did is I took some foam safe, it's not foam safe CA, just some contact cement, some foam safe contact cement, and went ahead and filled it in. So it's capped off on the top. So now the screw is glued into place, or held into place with the contact cement. If I need to get that out, I can get that out. All I have to do is just go in, scrape it out, and turn it, and it'll just pop out. But right now, it's just going to hold it into place. Even though it's a float plane, I put this on the tail for the weight. Plus, if I want to put the wings on it and fly it, the wheels on it and fly it off of grass. All it is 8 screws on, 8 screws off. So you could do a changeover in, I don't know, probably about 3 or 4 minutes to fly it off of grass. But right now I'll just keep the green one set up for grass, and I may take the nicer tires and put the nicer tires on the green one. I mean, I don't have to, but I may do it. So anyway, let me go upstairs, grab a new battery, and then we'll finish the tail off and throw the wing in. Alright, that was a little over 2 hours total time. Have her ready to go. The only thing I need to do is put a piece of hook Velcro inside here so I can attach down the receiver, and then inside here where the battery gets attached to, I think they give you a, I think they now give you a possible wooden plate to hook it to. If not, I'll just take some light ply, cut out a little teeny, rectangular piece, and then just glue it inside, either with epoxy or I'll probably just use the foam contact cement. Sorry about that. This stuff, foam tack. Been using it for years, works great, and it doesn't affect this type of foam. So I'll probably do that. I'll probably because then it's just let it set up overnight. It's not getting flown till next week anyway. Alright, so I got about another 5 minutes worth of work to do, and she'll be ready to fly next Saturday morning. So I'm gonna put this video out tonight, Saturday. So anybody that interested in a float fly, it's at Petersen Park up in McHenry. Hopefully we'll get somewhere in the 20 to 30 people to show up to do some flying, possibly some giant scale stuff. I was going to have a giant scale tailorcraft ready to go, but a big orange plane got in the way, and you guys know which one it is. So anyway, that's it. That's the Tundra. Good plane. It's like I said, if I was getting paid to sell it, I'd sell it. But you know what? I'm not getting paid, but I'm still selling it. It's an awesome plane. So anyway, see you back when I'm working on the big plane.